The diplomatic vessel hung in Earth's orbit like a gilded dagger, its hull shimmering with iridescent metals unknown to human science. Inside, Ambassador Trell adjusted his ceremonial collar, mandibles clicking with impatience. The humans had kept him waiting for 3 standard hours, an insult that would be noted in his report to the Emperor. When the human delegation finally arrived, Trell didn't bother hiding his disdain. Their primitive shuttle docked with ungraceful movements, the magnetic clamps engaging with a jarring thud. "Ambassador," said Captain James, the first human to step through the airlock, "Earth thanks you for your patience." Trell gestured dismissively with his upper limbs. "The galactic hegemony has granted your species considerable leniency. That time has ended." Behind Captain James stood Dr. Anna, Earth's leading physicist, and Director Tom, head of Earth's Unified Defense Network. Both remained silent as Captain James took his seat at the negotiation table. "For 2 decades," Trell continued, "your world has benefited from hegemony protection, technology transfers, and access to the interstellar trade network. The Emperor has decided it's time for Earth to pay its accumulated debt." Captain James maintained a neutral expression. "We understood those were gifts in exchange for cultural exchange rights." Trell's compound eyes flashed with blue light, the equivalent of laughter in his species. "Cultural exchange? Your primitive art and music hold no value to advanced civilizations. We gave you FTL principles, medical advancements, and protection from spacefaring predator species. The Emperor requires payment within 1 standard galactic month." "And the amount?" asked Director Tom. Trell slid a crystalline data cube across the table. "Equivalent to 30% of Earth's total mineral resources, 10% of your fresh water, and exclusive rights to harvest your lunar surface." Dr. Anna examined the cube, her face paling. "This would devastate our ecosystem and economy." "That is not the hegemony's concern," Trell replied. "We've calculated that humans can survive with the remainder. The alternative is reclassification of Earth as a debtor world, allowing for direct hegemony resource extraction and population management." Captain James leaned forward. "We request 1 month to prepare our response." "You have precisely 1 standard galactic month," Trell said, rising from his seat. "The Emperor is generous." Back on Earth, the Planetary Council gathered in emergency session. Representatives from all nations sat before massive screens displaying that hegemony's demands. "We can't possibly pay this," said President Robert, "and refusal means invasion." Dr. Anna stepped to the podium. "There might be a third option. Project Threshold has reached completion." Murmurs spread through the chamber. Project Threshold had been humanity's most closely guarded secret, a decade-long effort to independently develop technology beyond even what the hegemony had revealed. "The technology is untested," Director Tom cautioned. "We don't know if it will work." "We have no choice," Dr. Anna replied. "Either we demonstrate our capability or we lose everything." President Robert nodded grimly. "Prepare Project Threshold and pray it works." Exactly 1 month later, the hegemony returned not with 1 ship but with a fleet. 20 warships surrounded Earth, their weapon systems glowing with barely contained energy. Trell's voice broadcasted across all Earth frequencies. "Your time has expired. Will Earth submit to payment, or shall we begin extraction procedures?" Captain James stood in the Global Defense Command Center, surrounded by the planet's leaders. He nodded to Dr. Anna, who activated her communication link. "Ambassador Trell, Earth has prepared a demonstration instead of payment." The ambassador's mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of agitation. "Demonstrations are not acceptable. Prepare for." As transmission cut off as Dr. Anna activated Project Threshold. Deep beneath the Antarctic ice, humanity's greatest achievement hummed to life. Energy readings across the planet surged as thousands of specialized emitters synchronized. In orbit, the hegemony ship's sensors detected an impossible energy spike. "What is happening?" demanded Trell as his ship's systems began reporting anomalies. In the space between Earth and the hegemony fleet, reality itself seemed to wrinkle. A perfect circle of darkness appeared, like a hole cut in the fabric of space. Stars visible through it seemed wrong somehow, arranged differently than they should be. "The humans have opened some kind of spatial anomaly," reported Trell's science officer. It's not hegemony technology. Trell stared in disbelief. Impossible. They're centuries from developing dimensional technology. On Earth, Dr. Anna monitored the readings with intense focus. The rift is stable, Phase 2. From the Antarctic facility, a simple message was transmitted directly to the hegemony flagship. Earth presents compliments to the Emperor and offers this demonstration of our independent technological development. We have opened a dimensional rift to a parallel region of space, 15 light-years distant. We can target this technology with precision. In his command chair, Trell watched as a small Earth probe entered the rift and instantly vanished. Seconds later, his sensors detected the same probe appearing 15 light-years away, a journey that should have taken years even with the most advanced hegemony drives. Impossible, he whispered. The Earth transmission continued. We respectfully suggest a renegotiation of terms. Earth offers cultural and technological exchange as equals. We possess capabilities that hegemony might find valuable. Captain James, now addressing the hegemony fleet directly, spoke calmly. We developed this independently. There are other technologies we've been developing as well. We prefer peaceful cooperation, but we will defend our sovereignty. For several tense minutes, no response came from the hegemony vessels. Then, slowly, their weapons powered down. Trell's voice, when it finally came, had lost its imperious tone. The hegemony acknowledges your demonstration. I am authorized to begin preliminary discussions for a revised agreement. As the diplomatic channels reopened, Director Tom turned to Dr. Anna. Will they realize the rift can only be maintained for a few hours before our power grid fails completely? Dr. Anna smiled slightly. By then, they'll be too interested in getting the technology to risk losing access to it. Humans have always been good at one thing. What's that? Asked Captain James. Bluffing when the stakes are highest, she replied. Earth had called the Galactic hegemony's bluff, and somehow, impossibly, humanity had won its place among the stars not through submission, but through ingenuity, determination, and the courage to open a rift when backed into a corner.